another thing is linking back to the point about me wanting to be better at my sport of football. I didn't even care if I got better at the sport. I just wanted to be more physically dominant. Like you go look at these physical guys. I think like my reason on the outside was I wanted to compensate what I lacked in skill because I was like new to the sport, right? This was like my second year playing like my whole life. So I thought I could compensate what I lost, what I didn't have in skill by just being stronger. But I think again, I just wanted to be like physically stronger than other people from probably like lack of self esteem as well. I think it all stemmed back to a lack of self image that I had for myself. Now, this is getting very deep into the video, so I doubt anyone's gonna watch that wouldn't hear me out. But now I feel like my lack of self image is pretty much like cured. Like I feel very like positively about myself. Like I feel very confident about myself. I feel like what I'm doing is the right thing to do in a way. You know what I mean? I feel that whatever plan of action I'm taking for myself in my life is the most sensible thing I could do right now. Whereas before, my whole sense of like who I am as a person was entirely dependent upon other people's opinions of me and how I interpreted their opinions of me. So it could have like very well been that their opinion of me was good, but they phrased like a comment about myself in a way that was like seen as negative. But I saw that as they view me negative, therefore I'm doing something wrong, therefore I'm not a good person, therefore I'm not living in line with whatever my purpose was. I genuinely think at that point my purpose was just to like get as many people as possible on my side, like in general, get as many people as possible to like me pretty much. But now, like for the last 1 or 2 months, actually ever since starting this YouTube, to be honest, I felt like even though like bro, I'm on like 100 subs right now, but ever since I started this YouTube, I felt like a sense of purpose. Like I don't need people to like me if I'm gaining muscle, gaining subscribers, and getting like success and whatever I want, like a third category, which could be like schoolwork, uni. Like now, people's opinions of me, they still matter obviously, but they matter like so much less than they did before. Where before, like my day could like very well be affected by one like passing comment. And at the time, it wasn't even that people had a bad opinion on me. I was like, I'm not being egotistical, but I think I was pretty like well thought of, like decently well thought of. Like I was fit. I wasn't like ugly. I looked healthy. I looked decent. I was like a bit athletic and stuff. But it's just that if I'm getting 90% positive comments and I'm getting like 10% bad comments, for every 10 comments I get, not like YouTube comments, like comments in life, if I get nine good comments and I get one bad comment, I'll focus on the one bad comment more than everything else. And I'll cope myself into thinking that I'm focusing on it to see if I can learn anything from it, if there's any truth in it. But all these like negative comments, they're hardly ever like criticism. It's always just like a joke, like made in passing. It's always a joke that's not having any serious intent behind it. It's not having an intent for you to like analyze it when you go home or something. It's just like a silly like joke between mates. So I decided my whole identity based on that 1% of on that like 10% of jokes that are not meant to be taken seriously. I took them seriously and I took them as building up who I was. So if all the comments about me in a day were positive, then I think I had a good day. If all the comments about me were negative, I think I have a bad day. Whereas now it's a bit more robotic. I just think that if I do what I plan to do in a day, then that's a good day. It doesn't matter like what happens to me outside of my control. Now all my happiness and satisfaction for myself is based on things that are within my control. Like did I exercise today? Did I eat clean today? Did I like have a like good conversation with like a close friend? And then by doing all this, there's less pressure on me to like perform in a way. There's less pressure on me to like appear a certain way to like friends or whatever. And then that in turn somehow like when there's less pressure on you, you do better. Like I feel like I have a better like perception among people simply by just placing less emphasis on myself to make this a priority. Like it's not a priority, so it's getting better because I'm not like stressing about it too much. But when you stress about like how you appear to other people, I feel like that's where you lose confidence, and then that actually causes you to look worse to other people. I'm not talking about appearance. I'm talking about like how you act in social like settings. By me not caring as much, I feel like I'm doing better in these settings, which only helps me feel better. Because now my like old way of valuing myself, that's improved as well, and my new way of valuing myself, which is based on like, do I achieve whatever I've done in my systems of the day or whatever? Like, have I? Let's see what my habit tracker says. Have I slept before 12? Have I slept before 12 a.m.? Have I eaten clean? Have I done my schoolwork? If I've done all those things, then I think it's a good day. I don't base it on or what this guy said about me or that guy said about me. So I think that's why my self esteem improved a lot. It's getting pretty deep for a bulking video, but there it is. And because people's opinions of you are volatile, that makes your sense of self esteem more volatile as well. Because you can have a day where everyone says good things about you and you feel amazing that day, and then the next day people say bad things about you, you feel trash that day. This isn't a problem now because things within my control are, by the name, a lot more stable than things outside of my control, such as what other people think of me. Which is why my sense of self is always like at a 7.5, 8 out of 10. Whereas before, I'd have days where it's like a 3, a days where it's a 10. But the days where it's a 3, it's a lot worse than the days where it's a 10 in like absolute value of how it makes you feel. So that's another thing that helped me.